I'm nervous about even doing this because I don't want anyone to get angry at me or send me mean messages. Hey there, welcome back to Love Lauren, an inside look at a single 20-something photographer's attempt at living an adult life. Today, what we're going to talk about are unpopular wedding opinions, part one, because I have a lot of unpopular opinions. And I want to preface this by saying all of these are opinions, and I don't want to make anyone feel bad. I don't want to make any couple that I've done a wedding for feel bad if this is something that you've done at your wedding. These are all very personal opinions, and you have to keep in mind that I have seen over 100 weddings by now. And so I've seen the same thing a lot, like so many times. And so when things are done differently, they really stick out to me. And so I'm nervous about even doing this because I don't want anyone to get angry at me or send me mean messages or feel bad and DM me like, sorry, I did this at my wedding. No, like none of that, okay? We all have different opinions and we're entitled to them, okay? So let's just go into it because I could talk myself out of doing this, but we're just gonna do it. The first thing is cut the shoe game. Get rid of it. I don't like the shoe game. And yes, it is a great way to get to know the bride and the groom, or to actually, no, not even that, it's a great way to see how the couple knows each other, and that's super great. I see it at almost every wedding. And every single time, the last question, photographers, videographers, you know what the last question is. What is it? Who do you love most more than anyone in the world right now? And they both hold up the opposite shoe and everyone awes. And yeah, it's cute. It was cute for me a while ago, but right now I'm just kind of sick of it. So an alternative to that, actually, I saw a wedding a long time ago. I mean, one of my second year of weddings, probably my second summer of weddings, I saw the couple, someone interviewed them on video, they filmed it, and they asked them similar questions that you would ask during a shoe game, a little more in-depth questions, I would say. And they filmed the bride and then the groom, and they showed them both, and it was just kind of fun to see their answers and how they differed. It's also a great way to get to know the bride and groom, because sometimes, depending on what stage of life you're getting married in, maybe half of the guests don't really know the groom, or half of the guests don't really know the bride. So I think it's fun to do a game of some kind. I'm just really sick of the shoe game. So I'm sorry if that offends you. My next controversial opinion has to do with the first dances. So number one, the first dance is usually the bride and groom, right? Very personal opinion. I hate country music. And so there are a lot of songs that are played for these first dances that I have never clicked play on Spotify. I've never just flat out listened to that song. But because I've been to weddings, everyone plays the same songs for their first dances. And so I know some of these songs by heart just because I do so many weddings. And so if those songs are special to you, love it, love it, love it. But if they're not, and you just are Googling, first dance song, choose something that's really unique to the couple. I've had a couple brides this summer dance to Justin Bieber, his new album. There's some beautiful songs. I love a good rendition of Can't Help Falling in Love by Elvis Presley. There are just so many songs, make it unique to you. I'll deal if it's a country song. Don't worry about me. I'll deal. Don't worry about it. My other opinion about father-daughter, mother-son dances, do them at the same time. Dance at the same time. Or do half a song for father-daughter, half a song for mother-son, and call it good. A full 3 minutes is a long time to watch two different couples dance. So, just my opinion. All right, my next opinion is about cutting of the cake. Throw it away. Don't have cake. Unless you really love cake. But I can't tell you the number of couples that don't eat their cake, don't touch their cake after they've cut it. They don't even want cake. I have one of my best friends literally hates cake, and she cut a wedding cake, and then she went to go eat her other dessert, which was popcorn. And so don't cut a cake if you don't want to cut a cake. One of my favorite things that I've seen this summer at a wedding is the bride and groom cut a pepperoni pizza. They cut a pepperoni pizza, it was from Pizza Ranch, and they fed each other a slice of pizza. It was amazing, and you can do it too. Like, no one says you have to cut a cake, cut a pizza, cut a cheesecake, cut a bundt cake. Those are all cakes, I guess, but choose something that you actually like to eat and then eat it. Sit down and actually eat a piece of what you cut, because too many couples just feed each other a little slice, done, and they never touch that cake again. So choose something you actually want to eat. My next opinion is a little, I don't want to say controversial, but in the area where I live in Northwest Iowa, weddings are usually pretty big. And I think that stems from a lot of things. Couples getting married very young, you have your friends growing up, you have your high school friends, you have your college friends, and then a lot of these couples grew up in the same area, and so they know lots of people that are able to come to this wedding. So most weddings that I go to are very big, and I have absolutely loved in the past year, the condensed versions of weddings, and it was forced because of COVID. And so when we had these restrictions, and a lot of couples had to make adjustments, and I loved the small weddings. I actually would love to have a bride on here who had to go from big wedding to small wedding, and I love a perspective on that, because everyone around here just thinks like, we need to invite everybody and everyone needs to come to my wedding. And yeah, I do think it is so special when you have all these people around you that love you at this very special day of yours, but do you get to talk to them? Do you get to interact with them? The day is so busy, and I have loved the small weddings. And so my unpopular opinion is that only invite the people you really want at your wedding, and do something small and intimate where you can actually interact with the people who are there to celebrate with you. So my last opinion for part one of this is for the brides. So when you're choosing your bridesmaids, it always seems like there's one person who like doesn't make the cut, and you downgrade them to personal attendant, or you downgrade multiple people to personal attendants. Let's normalize not thinking personal attendants are less than bridesmaids. Personal attendants, good personal attendants, are key to a wedding day. They are helpful. They are seeing, oh, his tie is not straight. Oh, let me fluff the bride's dress. They're grabbing you water. They're grabbing tie-to-go pens. They're grabbing, they're holding your bouquet. They're doing so many things. And without a good personal attendant, the day just doesn't run as smoothly. And another thing, you are going to spend the most time with your personal attendant than you're going to spend with your bridesmaids. Sometimes the only really chunk of time you spend with your bridesmaids is during wedding party photos, and you're taking pictures. Yes, you can spend time with them in the morning, but after, like, your personal attendant is there all day with you, taking you to the bathroom, holding your dress, bustling your dress, taking your veil out. They have such an important job, and I don't want to think of personal attendants as less than. They are integral to a part of a wedding day. So I definitely have a lot more opinions on weddings, and maybe I'll be brave enough to share some more, and so that's why I'm naming this part one. But thanks for joining and watching today. If you have any controversial wedding opinions, please comment them below or DM me. I love to hear about different than the norm weddings. All of the weddings that I do are beautiful and awesome, and I love them. But it's the ones that are really unique that stick out to me. And that means that couples are doing things that are unique to them. So, for example, cutting pepperoni pizza instead of a wedding cake, or having a mimosa bar at your brunch wedding. Don't even get me started on brunch weddings, because I could talk forever and ever about brunch weddings, but maybe that's for the next unpopular opinion episode. But honestly, if you're planning a wedding, you're a bride or a groom, or maybe you are close to getting engaged, do the things that you want to do, okay? It's your day. Be unique with it. Be creative with it. And it's going to be such a memorable day. So I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope I didn't stir the pot too much. Again, these are all my opinions, so don't come at me, okay? So, all right, anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time on Love Born. Bye.